Hello my friends, so today we're seeing maximum activation of Russians on all fronts. So they are truly throwing all their forces into the breakthrough as if it were their last chance. And let's start with the Bakhmut direction. So the occupiers continue to storm Ivanivske and direct assaults on the Novyi microdistrict have resumed. There is also a significant amount of shelling, but there have been no changes along the front line in the past day. In the Avdiivka direction, the situation is extremely challenging. There have been 23 attacks in the past day alone, so the occupiers continue their attempts to completely take control of Vuhledar. But due to the counterattacks by the Ukrainian forces, they are unable to advance quickly. Although there are reports, even from Ukrainian sources, that the occupiers have already entrenched themselves in the center of Svatove, there have been no official statements on this matter yet, so we are waiting for confirmation. However, it seems that the Russians are making progress in the area of ceramic, as reports indicate that they have approached a settlement near Novyi, where fighting is ongoing. So the assaults in the Berdichi area also continues, and further south, they are attempting to advance towards Netailove, expanding their controlled territory. Additionally, fighting has resumed in the Umansk district today, and assaults on Netailove persist with multiple groups from different directions attempting to storm the village. And even in the area of Nevelske, Russian offensive actions are reported today. So as we can see, assaults are underway along the entire front line, and the number of shelling incidents is also at its maximum, although there have been no confirmed changes along the front line in the past day. In the direction of Makiivka, the occupiers are storming Krasnogorivka. Fighting also continues in the area of Makiivka, where they are attempting to advance closer to the village of Konstantinivka. However, they are not succeeding, and the Ukrainian forces are defeating them even at the outskirts of Makiivka. So today, attacks have resumed in the area of the village of Pobeda. But the front line remains unchanged in this area over the past day. In the Vuhledar direction, the occupiers are once again storming the positions of the Ukrainian forces near the village of Vodyane, attempting to advance as close as possible to Vuhledar in order to later launch an assault from this village. However, in the areas of Starmayorsk and Urozhaine, where they haven't achieved success, all assaults have been halted and only shelling is reported today. In the Zaporizhia direction, so the occupiers are once again storming Robotyne and heavily shelling the village. The Russians claim to have successes there, but so far we have seen no confirmation of this, so the front line remains unchanged over the past day. In the Kherson direction, the occupiers continue their attempts to push the Ukrainian forces from the left bank and are storming the village of Kherson. However, they are not succeeding, and the front line remains unchanged. Shelling of the right bank also continues, and strikes on Kherson itself are also reported, and almost every day there are civilian casualties. And now let's move on to the Luhansk directions. And here today we are seeing a huge activation as well. In the Siversk direction, battles are raging for Bilohorivka. Attacks are occurring near Verkhnyokamyansk and Spirne. Shelling along the front line continues, but the Russians have no success here. In the direction of Crimea, battles are ongoing for the village of Terny, and they are breaking through to the region. Additionally, attempts to advance in the forest near Crimea persist. However, the Ukrainian forces are successfully holding their defense here, and the front line remains unchanged. In the Svatove area, so there is unexpected activity from the Russians. Recently, we've seen them attempting breakthroughs in various directions, and today it seems they've chosen where to concentrate their main forces for battle, and powerful assaults have begun towards the village of Makiivka. Further north, multiple assault groups are breaking through towards the village of Hrekyivka across the fields. But that's not all. The battles are also reported in the area of Makiivka, and even the fight near Berestove hasn't ceased. Overall, as I mentioned earlier, the activation is at its peak, and indeed, the Russians want to achieve significant success before the arrival of assistance from the US. And we'll have to wait to see how their attacks in this direction unfold. And only in the Kupiansk direction, shelling continues without any offensive actions. So far, the occupiers haven't dared to make any new breakthroughs towards Kupiansk. Also, friends, today, Russian war correspondents are shocking with their strange statements. Let's listen it.
In the coming years, Russia will experience a shortage of personnel, and it cannot be covered by labor migration. Other approaches are needed, Russian President Vladimir Putin said. Exactly. If anyone has not yet understood what we are fighting for in Ukraine, then now we will explain to you. We are fighting for cadres, for people, for skilled white Slavic workers who must ensure the development of Russia for centuries to come. We have already liberated the territories where approximately 3 million Slavic Christians live. But this is not enough. We still need to liberate about 5 to 7 million Slavic Christians in order to ensure the sustainable development of our Russia. And this is the different approach that the President of Russia spoke about. And even if the losses of the Russian armed forces reach 500,000 people, and we release 8 million people for Russia, then this will be victory.
Overall, I've never seen such strange goals before. But the most important thing is that the Russians have acknowledged that they are at rock bottom in terms of development. And without Ukrainians, Russia is finished. So their development stopped during the Soviet Union era. And now, by seizing Ukrainian territories, they hope to somehow kickstart their development. Moreover, Putin stated that despite the complete chaos in Russia, with cities and villages flooded, they plan to bring order to the Donbas. So he claims that the Donbas is the heart of Russia.
Мы, в свою очередь, все должны поблагодарить жителей Донбасса, Новороссии за их мужество, долготерпение и героизм. Это тяжелейшие испытания, через которые люди проходят в этих регионах с 2014 года, они, конечно, иногда в голове не укладываются. На это просто больно смотреть. Но мы наведем там порядок, это точно.
Meanwhile, Macron continues his shocking statements.
J'assume totalement le choix en la matière, le 26 février dernier à Paris, d'avoir réintroduit une ambiguïté stratégique. Pourquoi ? Nous sommes face à une puissance qui est désinhibée, qui a attaqué un pays d'Europe, mais qui n'est plus dans une opération spéciale et qui ne veut plus nous dire quelle est sa limite. Pourquoi chaque matin devrions-nous dire, nous, quelles sont toutes nos limites stratégiquement ? Si nous disons que l'Ukraine est la condition de notre sécurité, que se joue en Ukraine davantage que la souveraineté et l'intégrité territoriale de ce pays, déjà clé, mais la sécurité des Européens, Avons-nous des limites? Non. Et donc nous devons être crédibles, dissuader, être présents et continuer l'effort.
And Russian propagandists once again threaten France and Poland, but no one knows how or when this will happen.
Но мы должны спокойно сказать, французы высаживаются, мы уничтожаем штаб-квартиру французов на территории Франции. Мы наносим удары по территории Польши и концентрируемся. Мы топим суда, которые перевозят Брэдли. Мы уничтожаем базы хранения. Если мы знаем, что это оружие предназначено для удара по России, то мы официально заявляем. Весь маршрут, неважно, где он проходит, является законной целью.
Но тогда надо с ними говорить на том языке, который не понимают.
Да, о чем я и говорю.
Вот об этом
Поэтому должны быть взорваны к ядрене фени, трубопроводы, нефтепроводы, вот это все. За месть должна быть жесточайшая месть. Принцип очень простой. Как в дипломатии.
Вот.
А там же как? Там же симметричность ответа должна быть.
Абсолютно.
Они взорвали нашу инфраструктуру, не знают кто, и мы не знаем, кто сейчас взорвет к чертовой матери всю их.
And that's all from me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.